Love it.
Okay, on to my next part of the show now. We've got my special guest. We have Logan J Parker joining me for a little bit of a chat about her music career and new single as well. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me, Dan. Super excited to be here today.
Oh, you're very welcome. I can instantly tell your energy and how positive you're coming across. So I'm looking forward to this interview.
Aw, so sweet. Thank you.
No worries. Read your biography, and you've been on this musical journey for quite a while now. You were
Uh-huh.
born in Portugal, and then you moved
That's right.
over to London.
Yeah.
How did that transition happen?
Yeah, it was just I've always been I came to London with family as a tourist and I fell in love the first time I was here. I think the first time I was with my mum and we just had we had an amazing time walking along the Thames River and I think London is one of the most romantic cities in the world. It's super beautiful and I felt so inspired by London that I thought maybe I should move. I was like thinking maybe I should move here.
Yeah.
And because I grew up listening to like British bands, the Beatles, Rolling Stones, Queen, Led Zeppelin, Dire Straits. And I always thought London would be the place for you to try something musically. So yeah, I came to London and it's been 5 years now. And I released my debut EP in 2019, so a couple of years ago. And this new song that we are talking about today is part of that debut EP. But this time I've remastered it and released it with a brand new music video. So it's been an exciting journey. And I noticed that I've been growing and learning so much. And it's been so rewarding in a way.
Oh, good for you. That's good to hear. And your new tracking question is called Fragile. And
Hmm.
am I right? You just released the music video to that a couple of days ago.
Yeah. It's doing very well on YouTube. It has over 14,000 views so far. So I was really blown away by the reaction of the fans, and everyone was messaging me and commenting on the video, and everyone had like positive feedback. Sometimes you get positive feedback and you get like honest feedback, and people are like, "Oh, not so keen about this one." But this time it's been super positive. So I feel like I'm on the right track.
I did have a
I
sneak,
think so.
I did have a sneak peek on your the comments, and it was all positive. Some of the words they described the new single as powerful, incredible, and you get listeners from all across the world as well. I've noticed.
Yeah. It's crazy.
And how do you feel about the platforms, YouTube in general? Is it a good platform to release your music to get heard?
Yeah, I think nowadays, especially with all the technology, we've got like so many platforms that if we know how to use, we will, reach new people and new markets, new audience. And it's just fantastic what you can do these days by yourself without a label, without a manager, just you and a computer and your instrument and your voice. It's really good. And I think if you're passionate, you kind of like I think it comes across and people feel it and they respond and you get reactions.
And are you an independent artist? Do you like to release music by yourself? You know, your own shows and gigs as well when you perform as well.
Yeah, that's it. I organize everything.
Mm.
I work with an agent who gets me gigs, so that's really good. But apart from that, it's just me and my guitar.
I was going to ask, you play guitar. Is there any other instruments you like to have a little bit of a play on as well?
Yeah, I do. Over the lockdown, I learned how to play the ukulele, and I also play the piano. So yeah, I play three instruments, which I think it's good to, especially if you're a songwriter and if you want to write music, it's good to have like different options in terms of the instrument you write your song because it can go different directions. I guess with different
Sure.
instruments.
And of course, you mentioned you're from Portugal. Dare I say you're fluent in your home language. Are there any
Yeah,
other languages that you sing or speak as well?
I do love French music, and I can manage to sing La Vie en Rose by Edith Piaf in perfect French. But I learned French at school, but I never got to practice, so I think I forgot everything. But if I listen to a song in French, I can actually pick up the meaning of the words, and I feel like French music is so romantic. I love it so much.
Um,
Beautiful.
and you're quite creative as well. Just looking at your professional photography, you're very artistic. Also in your cover art as well. Was that yourself actually on your the cover art of the single "Fragile"?
Yeah, that's me with
Ah,
fake tattoos.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
And
um
how did you find that? Was it empowering?
yeah, it was like so the song talking all the visuals, they always try to reflect the poetic concept of the song, right? We try to translate those emotions and story into an image, into a video, and that's quite challenging
Mm,
sometimes, especially for a musician, because you are really, obviously, I know as a musician we know so much about music and about all that's has to do with audio and everything, and then there's a whole new universe that's video and photography, and I've been learning a lot over, especially through lockdown. I learned video editing, and I got into photography and editing photography, and it's been very, very interesting to discover this whole new world and explore it. But yeah, the artwork is meant to be visually powerful and intriguing. That's what I wanted to do. And also because the song is, it's me being completely naked, and being completely
mm.
honest about how I felt then when I went through this terrible heartbreak.
Do you?
And
Yeah.
so I try to represent that into an image, and that would be me with my naked back with the tattoos,
Yeah.
and the tattoos represent the all the heartache and sadness.
And do you think musicians these days they're more honest than they used to be?
I wouldn't think that. I think there's when there's real music, there's honesty. It's like something that's completely connected. You can't separate it. Good music is always honest. When you hear that song, if it's been recorded on, like with with your heart, with your soul, then you will feel those emotions in the recording, and that's my aim. That's what I really love doing.
And listen to Fragile. It kind of took me back to the time of the mid 2000s. Around Duffy, Amy Winehouse with that sound, that kind of Metro Motown. We're trying to capture that that vibe, that period of time.
Yeah, I remember the first time I heard Amy, and I was completely hooked. I was like, I think the first song I heard from Amy was Stronger Than Me, and live at Jules Holland, and she was playing the guitar. And I thought I was so in love with her. I was like, she's so beautiful and so powerful on stage and so talented and so sexy. I was like, I thought as a teen, I was like, I want to be like her. She's so, so beautiful in every possible way.
Mm, mm,
So she's been a part of my, a big part of my, references, and I've been listening to her music and admiring every single detail. And her music is just like a masterpiece.
mm,
And
mm,
I often get compared to Amy, and some people take it as a bad thing when people compare you to someone, but I don't take it like that in that way, because she was truly, an inspiration
mm,
for so many musicians,
mm,
for a whole generation, I would say.
mm.
It's
There's quite a few
it's
artists like
amazing.
that. Gabriella Chilmy got that
Oh, I love
unique
Gabriella Chilmy. Yeah.
unique tone to their voice. Of course,
Yeah.
Amy Winehouse released Back to Black. Not many people know her original album Frank as well. They should check that one out as well. Her debut
Oh, it's
album.
beautiful.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. It's beautiful. Yeah, it's
And
gorgeous.
of course, Camden was part of her life as well. Just looking at your press release as well. Have you played in Camden
Yeah.
Town before?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm a busker in Camden as well. So it's beautiful. It's crazy. Like I came to London, and then the first job I got was in Kentish Town in a studio. And then I was immediately like in this area in Camden, and in my favorite part of London. I would like it wasn't planned or anything. It was just that you just ended up like that. And I love it. It's beautiful. And obviously Amy was from Camden,
Mm,
and
mm,
left such a legacy here, and I think it's a special place
yeah,
to be, and
yeah.
I
And
love it.
and if you don't mind me asking, like busking, is it well can it be well paid sometimes if you put the hard work into it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think busking is not, you can't live. I think it would be very hard to pay your rent,
Mm, mm,
just by doing like busking. It's a very, very tough and very hard, especially in the winter because it's so cold. But I think sometimes money isn't everything, and like the people you meet and the reactions you get, it's truly, truly beautiful and overwhelming sometimes in a good way. So I feel it's like an investment to expand sort of like your fan base, and like people will listen to you, and then they will follow you and maybe buy your CDs, and I think that's great. It's a
Of
good
course,
investment.
of course, being a musician as well, you've got to finance, your equipment, so your promotion as well. So people got to bear that in mind as well.
Yeah,
Um,
that's true.
and your
Any
official,
support is
yeah,
welcome.
yeah. And
Yeah.
do you have an official website as well where
I
people
do
can?
have a Yeah, I do have a website. It's loganjparker.com, where people can go and listen to the music and find out more about me, and go. There's so many links for my YouTube, social media, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify. And they can also buy my debut EP, both in CD and vinyl. So I've got two formats, and it's like